Good morning, everybody. Paul here from Warden's Farm. It is the 11th of January. It's 11:30 in the morning and it's just about 60 degrees. We're out here at the farm. We're going to check the beehives behind me. There's 2 of them out here and we're going to get into them, see how they're doing, and make sure they got enough stores to keep going for the rest of the cold weather here, since we got a warm day that we can check them on. Here we are getting ready to go into hive number 9. Haven't been into them for almost 3 weeks. So we're going to get in here, we're going to check them out, see how they're doing. We got bees on the candy board, which is good. Wow, what candy board? This is what bees do when they're hungry. This was a candy board, and that is all that's left of it. They ate the whole thing. You can see there are a lot of bees inside here. So the queen has definitely increased what's in here. I don't see any signs of beetles or anything, so that's good. Let's set the camera back down so you can see me get back into this hive. The bees have just about ate up that candy board. So I got another one at home I'm going to bring out in a couple of days. But for now, let's real quick check what we got here. I'm just going to pull a couple of frames right in the center. Just to see what they got going on here. There's a little bit of stores there, not a lot. There's some on the next 2 frames. So I'm just gonna take this one off and get down into the next one down and check that out. Just doing a real quick inspection just so I can make sure everything's good to go. I'm going to top off this feeder. Since that candy board is about gone, just to give them some 2-to-1 sugar water. And then we're going to close this hive back up because they're doing good. That's all I want to do is check them, make sure everything's good to go. This will give them a good food source to help them through the upcoming cold days. I don't need to do much more. I know they're expanding. I know they got a lot of bees. So I'm not even going to look for the queen or the brood. I just want to close them up and get them back to where they need to be. In closing up this hive, you can see I got the silver insulation on the top. That'll help keep them warm. We've got cold nights coming this coming weekend. And this way they're all set and ready to go for what's getting ready to come. Going into hive 10. There's a lot of bees in the front with henbit on them, the red pollen. And the bees got the insulation glued down. Now this hive has not ate all of the candy board. You see there's quite a bit left. Quite a lot of bees, but they're working on it. Let's give them a quick smoke. There's a slight breeze going now. So I am just coming in quick to see how they're doing. Whoa, this hive is packed with bees. I see honey on this one. Actually honey on quite a few of them. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's a good heavy frame. See what I mean? They got stores still packed away, even with the candy board, which is good. That way I don't feel like these bees will starve. We're gonna pop one or two more. Well, I'm going to put this one back in quick, but you can see the drone cells that they've got made on both sides. Ooh, hive beetles. Let's put some peppermint in here. Okay, we went through a bunch of the frames, had some hive beetles on them. We got rid of them. I want to check this hive beetle trap, see if it's working. It's got a few in there, not a whole lot, but I'm going to move it to where the brood is, and then hopefully this can help them. Can't hurt them, but we want to get these hive beetles out of here, so I'm going to be putting some peppermint in here. When I come back with a sugar board for the other one, I'll put the peppermint in it. I didn't see any hive beetles in the other one, but this one's got some hive beetles in it, so we're gonna treat them. So I'll put this back together, get the bees all inside here. We went ahead and we emptied out the oil traps on each hive. Hive number 10 had quite a few hive beetles in the oil trap, where hive number 9 had 3. So I definitely will be back at this hive. This one here had a candy board, but it needs assistance because it's got hive beetles in it. So I'm going to do a detailed inspection, and we're going to check it out, make sure that there's no problems other than that, and then I'm going to put some peppermint oil and some peppermint candy in it to run the hive beetles out. I'm using peppermint oil. That'll be going into the hive, as well as peppermint candy. And put that out to the side. Light my smoker. I always have a cork that I use on the end of the smoker to help smother it, so I don't have to keep letting it burn itself out. And then we light it. I use a torch because I cheat. The torch just makes it so much easier to light off. So you can see the drone cells. So the queen's moved up into this upper box, and there's a lot of eggs in here, so that's a good sign. But these are all drone cells that I'm looking at. So I see a lot of drone cells in this top box. So that's a good sign that good things are about to happen. There's a lot of nectar in this frame with the drone cells. So I'm going to put this one back together, move it off the box to get into the bottom box, which is the deep. Yeah, it does got some weight to it. Now this says nectar. Quite a bit of it too. As you can see, the shiny nectar in there. Not so much on the outside, but the inside for sure. And by tilting it, I dripped it all over. Now you can see the red hen bit right in here in the beginning of a queen cell. So I'm getting rid of that, but the hen bit is all right there. So I saw eggs in the upper box, haven't seen any in the lower yet. So that's telling me the queen. Oh, a lot of new wax on this one. So the queen is still in the upper box. I'm going to take this bottom box off because there's a lot of junk that needs to be cleaned off of the screen board from the sugar. So now to help ward off the hive beetles, I just put a little bit of peppermint oil on top of some of the frames. And now I'm going to put a little bit of peppermint candy in there. Okay, looking in here, there's quite a bit of eggs that these bees are on. Yeah, there's a lot of eggs on this frame. There's also a lot of drone cells. There's henbit pollen, some white pollen, and there's quite a few eggs. But don't see the queen yet. Let's continue on. A lot of nurse bees. Looking at a lot of eggs. Still don't see our queen, but she's in here because there's eggs, a lot of them. All right, let me find him again. I just found a drone. Where'd they go? Right there. There's a small drone right there. So that's telling me that these bees know something I don't know. And I thought I just saw my queen. I took my eyes off her for a minute. Well, I couldn't find the queen. I saw her one time, took my eyes off her, and I don't know if she moved into the bottom box or what. But I'm going to leave this hive alone It's got enough peppermint oil in it now where I can smell it. I'm going to go ahead and give it some 2-to-1 sugar water. That should help it with the candy board going back on it, and hopefully this hive will continue to do great. I didn't see any type of damage from hive beetles. I saw very few this time in here, so the peppermint's going to help, and the hive should do fine. It's got drones walking around in it, so it's not going to be long and swarm season's going to be here. Here at hive number 9, we're going to switch out the candy board because the one they have is all used up. Ooh, look at them bees. Let's make sure our queen ain't on this. See what they're doing all balled up here. I do not see the queen on there, but we'll put this on the front of the hive so that they can climb back up and get in the hive. I'm gonna take this candy board off. As you can see, there's nothing left to this thing. And that's the new one going on. Hard to believe they went through 10 pounds of sugar already. But I am going to drop peppermint candy down in here. This way it'll get down into the bottom. There, I heard one go all the way down. So any bit of help I can get is a good thing. Put the hole to the front. Well, let's take that off. I got to get this candy board back to Jeff from Cole's farm because it's his. So we'll get these bees off of this one. We're just gonna make them all airborne. They'll find their way back into the hive. We'll get that out the way. In this hive, I'm not doing too much else to it because I took a good look at it yesterday. Had a lot of eggs, a lot of everything that I like to see. And that's all we're doing to this hive.